Timberwolves president of basketball operations, David Kahn. Who is he?
Tell us exactly about this European Blake Griffin.
I don't know. I think Blake Griffin and some American numbers.
The Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Dirk Nowitzki from Würzburg, Germany.
I'm Ricky Rubio. I'm not like anybody else, but
It ain't the end of the world. We're going to see each other again. I mean, I'll send her some flowers or some fruit.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the NBA Draft Forecast here for NBADraftInsider.com. As always, this is Kris Habbas over here with NBA Draft Insider, and we have actually a very special guest here that we're going to speak to all this week. The conversation on Twitter with myself, the report that I just put up on him on the website, and the recent game that he had on TV against Niagara. It's just Scott Machado week for some reason. And so we're going to go ahead and talk to Scott here a little bit about his career, his development, and as a senior, looking forward to the NBA draft. All right, and now we have on the line Iona senior point guard Scott Machado. He has been playing some amazing basketball this season and opened up the eyes of many, getting onto draft boards, getting into conversations about being one of the best prospects at the point guard position in the country. How's everything going today, Scott?
Everything's going good. Everything's going well.
Glad to hear that. So thank you for the time. I just wanted to actually speak to you about this pretty amazing season you're having and talk about in comparison to last season. Were you hearing this buzz about your name last year after having the solid year that you had?
It was a little buzz, but it wasn't as much as I'm getting now. The points and the assist average has went up, and it just proves a lot more of what I'm capable of doing.
What would you attribute that to? Because, you've always been, for your first 3 years, so everybody knows, you were pretty much putting in about 12 points a game, and you were putting together about 5-6 assists a game, and then this year obviously exploding out with a double-double average. Where do you see as the progression? What have you been doing to your game to get to this level?
Just been watching other people play, and just working hard. And just basically buying more into the system that Coach puts out there. So that's pretty much it.
Would you attribute any of that success to, for people that don't know who Momo Jones is, he's the Arizona transfer, playing point guard with you over there as well. How much of your success do you attribute to having a talent like Momo next to you, taking some pressure off you as a scorer?
It helps. It helps a lot. He's a very talented scorer, and he does help. He does help me bring the ball up at times when when I'm either getting pressured or we could just switch up spots and he wants to bring it up, and it helps a lot just to get me off the ball.
And how comfortable are you off the ball? Because again, the scoring numbers are up, and more importantly, the percentages are up, showing that you're taking smarter shots as you're on the court. How has that helped you as off the ball? Are you feeling comfortable as a scorer?
Yeah, I feel very comfortable. Coach asked me to work on my jump shot all summer, and that's what I've been doing. And you see a drastic improvement in that, and just more confident in it. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the shooting stroke is looking pretty smooth this year. What all did you do this summer to improve that shooting stroke?
I was on the shooting gun, every day or every night, trying to put up at least 500 to 1,000 shots a day. Most of the time it'd be 1,000, it'd be 500 in the daytime and then 500 at night. But always trying to get 1,000 shots up.
Just always improving as a player, right? You can't ever be too good.
Exactly.
Now, with as far as the numbers, like you said, everything across the board, shooting percentages are up higher, and actually it looks like taking less shots. Has that been something you've concentrated on, is taking less shots and getting your teammates involved more?
I take the opportunities as they come. I don't try to look to score too much, or I don't try to pass the ball too much. I take them as they come. If they're playing me to score the ball, then I'm gonna have to score the ball. But if they're gonna let me keep driving the lane and finding my teammates, that's what I'm gonna do.
And it's really showing this year, averaging a double-double on the season. One of only two players averaging 10 assists a game, but the only player averaging a double-double with assists this year. And as far as this season is concerned, like you said, you're getting more attention. Have you been noticing the scouts in the stands, or are you being told about that before the games?
No, I've been noticing them, and not really noticing them. I noticed the other night that Kupchak was in the arena, but I haven't been noticing them, but I have been hearing about them here and there. But I'm just trying to stay focused and just play my game and just let everything fall into place by itself.
And you guys are having a pretty good start to the season so far with a really strong record heading into conference play. How confident are you about the Iona Gaels going into conference play this year?
Very confident. I feel like we have a very good possibility of winning the MAC championship, and I feel as if we just keep getting better every game, we're going to be something to deal with towards the end of the season come March as well.
Is that one of the goals coming into the season, is definitely taking care of the conference so you guys can get into March and you can extend your season?
There you go, exactly.
Did you have any conversations with the coaching staff to position yourself and put together the kind of season that would have scouts in the stands for you?
Oh, yeah. Coaches asked me to work 10 times harder than I was working before, and that if I want to be a pro and play in the NBA, I got to act like one and demonstrate that I am one as well.
Now, when you were coming into your college career, correct me if I'm wrong, only recruited by Iona, right?
Not only, but there was only the school that recruited me all 4 years of my high school career, yes.
Did you have any other offers or any other choices to go to college outside of Iona?
Yeah, I could have went to South Florida, Providence, UNC Charlotte. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what it came down to.
What made you lean more towards Iona at the end?
Because they were the only school that recruited me for 4 years.
They just showed that actual desire for the full 4 years?
Yeah, they stayed loyal to me.
That's good. And was it your entire 4-year career or just that last year where you were playing with Samardo Samuels?
No, they were with me all 4 years.
With you all 4 years. So how did, as far as your game, did it help you at all with playing with all those talented players to just get the ball to, all those talented scorers?
It did. It helped me. I had to be a passer over there. I didn't have to score so much. So it helped. It was like a D1 school over there at St. Benedict's with that crew, and it helped me be prepared for college earlier and sooner than most kids. But that was a helpful year.
And then getting into college and playing at a very high level at a mid-major, do you think that that's helping you or hurting you as far as being recognized by these scouts as being what's considered a mid-major prospect?
It's helping me, and it can also hurt me as well. But I'm not really worried about it. I feel like my game is going to show as the process goes on, and I feel like it's going to prove a lot of people wrong.
And I think one part of your game that you don't get enough credit for is the defense. I've seen you at times when you guys go into the box and one, or even when you go into zones, you're used as the shadow man to deny the ball and to maybe shadow one of the better scorers on the team. Talk about your defense a little bit, and if you think that separates you as a talent over the other point guards.
Yeah, I try to play as much defense as possible. We know that defense obviously wins games and championships, but it does kind of separate me the way that they try to say that other guards don't really guard as much. But I do play defense, and I take pride in that.
Yeah, and it's showing on the tape. Every time I watch you, that's probably what stands out the most. You're a great passer and a great talent, but watching your effort on the defense and full court pressing and getting on those guys is really, really big, and it stands out on the tape for sure.
Definitely, thank you.
Yeah, and as far as your game is concerned, when you were getting yourself, through high school and through your college career, I know this is a big thing with players. They like to look at the NBA, look at the next level. Have you patterned your game off of any current or former NBA players?
I love the way Steve Nash plays and the way he distributes the ball and also scores it. And I kind of like to play like him, just a little bit. Like, he doesn't play that much defense, so it's just the opposite on the defensive end.
Any player that you can see yourself right now that you can go, I kind of have the same game as him?
I would like to probably be like either Chris Paul or like Steve Nash, one of the two.
And that's a comparison that I rose up earlier. I did a little bit about you earlier for the website, and when I was watching your game, and people are going to think what they want, but I see a little bit of Chris Paul in your game. Do you think that you have a little bit of him in your game?
Yeah, I do.
As far as the defensive end, it's definitely something I see with your ability to, instinctively swipe at the ball and play in defense the way you move in your feet. It's got a little bit of Chris Paul in your game, and as you continue to improve throughout your career, hopefully we can get to that level as far as your career and in the NBA.
Yeah, I do. I do see similarities, and I do think, that could be a possibility.
Now, for the fans out there and for the people that don't necessarily get to see a lot of Iona basketball, tell the world and the masses a little bit about your game and a little bit about you that they do not know.
I'm a hard-nosed worker, and I am very aggressive, and I love passing the ball before I have to score. And once I get to do that, I get to open up lanes for myself to score the basketball. And I just consider myself as a big fish in a little pond instead of going to a bigger school and being the big fish at a big pond.
Would you consider yourself more of a throwback point guard, I guess? Maybe one of those guys, like you said, you play hard, you like to pass the ball first, a little bit different than the modern-day point guard you see.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. The modern-day point guards like to score the ball, and I'm the opposite.
All right, well, good luck for the rest of the season out there with Iona. Definitely rooting for you guys into the NCAA tournament and looking forward to seeing you on draft day. Thanks for the time, Scott.
All right, no problem.
And that was Iona's Scott Machado. He obviously is one of the elite point guards in college today and setting records left and right. According to basketballreference.com, they have Scott Machado in the all-time ranks as 15th all-time in assists, and with his pace, with where he's at right now, has the ability to climb up above, as we mentioned, Chris Thomas of Notre Dame after his great career into third all-time. And just a great career for a guy who was recruited by a few, scholarship offered only by Iona, and only had one school really tracking him for 4 years of his career, so that's where he decided to go. Great career, obviously made a lot out of what he had and is ready to take his game to the next level. So keep an eye out for the Iona Gaels over in the MAC. Check them out. They'll definitely be in the NCAA tournament for Scott to showcase his skills on the national stage. One of the best teams in the country, and Scott's going head-to-head with one of the best players, one of the other better point guards in the country on North Carolina, Kendall Marshall. So keep an eye on that assist battle. Both of them right now, 10.1 apiece. As far as the assists per game, they're going neck and neck, and going into conference play, definitely going to see tougher competition and competition that knows these players very well. Scott's definitely one of the top 5 point guards in the class right now, I would say, with the ability to rise up. There's a lot of freshmen above him. If anyone decides to make that comeback to college, he could easily see himself boosted up into being one of the better 2-point guards in this draft class, and even see his name called maybe in the back end of the first round. Right now, I would see Scott as a top 40 selection in the NBA draft, one of those guys that's going to go to a contender. Someone's going to scout him well, someone's going to go after him, target him, and grab him where they want him late first round, probably in the top 40 or so of the NBA draft. Again, want to thank Scott for the time, want to thank Iona for the time, wish them a great season going forward, and I definitely look forward to talking to you guys next time. That's it for the NBA draft forecast here for today. Good night.
But I also felt very strongly that once the 14-year-old hit the dais with us, we were dead. We were just dead. There was no way. This league has a habit, I'm just going to say habit, of producing some pretty incredible storylines.